Hello, and welcome to Nexus 856 Productions Nexus Reviews. Here in front of you today is Studio Series number... I forget the number, Brawl. Yeah, it's Brawl from the first Transformers movie, and he's looking rather fine. As you can see, he's got, weapon storage is up here, and, well, that looks no good. I mean, it's just more weapons on a tank. However, something that others have been neglecting is, well, you can see this weapon here. You've got this claw, but that's not all. If you just wiggle this barrel a bit, you get a minigun. A little minigun. A minigun of which you can actually put in up here. And that's kind of actually something the tank would have. So, points for partial weapon storage. Now, looking around, now, this is indeed a live review, so some things are going to be a bit droning on. For one, I'm actually going to be showing the entire transformation process, so that's going to, oh boy, that's going to be fun. Now, third, it is a pretty nice looking tank. I do gotta say this, the camo painting is actually really nice to see. I feared that when we saw promo pictures of this guy that, well, he was just going to be some flat green. Maybe some pieces would be a different green color, but, you know, that would be it. But no, he's actually got camo printing in tank mode, and hey, I like that. What I don't like is that he's very gappy. But hey, unless you're displaying this figure in vehicle mode looking at it directly from the side or from the top, well, you're not really going to have an issue. Something just fell over there. Now, but this here is excusable. Is not excusable. No, it's not excusable. This is terrible, horrible, completely falsifies the reason. This should be able to move, really. This entire thing here is indeed on a rotation joint for transformation, which you will see later, and yet it's static. Hell, there's tabs here for this top turret. Hello, Starscream from IDW. Anyway, there's tabs here for this top turret that prevent you from rotating it. And that's stupid. If you just keep it untabbed, then it rotates around and, well, on a fairly decent axis. Though there's a reason, and that's because they really did try to cover up as much gap as possible here. So, yeah, that's another thing. Doesn't like to stay together too much. But yeah, you also do have a bunch of exposed silver. Well, let's be honest here. Brawl is not one of the worst figures in the Studio Series line. Looking at the treads here, you can see they're all a nice uniform black. Hell, even looking underneath, you can't really tell what's what besides the feet here. And one thing that I really do gotta give props for, you look up here, you see this hatch? That's his head. Yeah. It's technically exposed. Visible head syndrome. Yes, Starscream, this is indeed Studio Series Brawl. Yep, there's this visible head syndrome, but they use it as a hatch, and frankly, it blends in fairly well. Now, as you saw before, maybe didn't see before, the weapons do just plug in, and you can indeed remove the minigun from the top of this and plug it into here. So now, let's go into some size comparison. First off is something I recently got today at my local Walmart. He was shelf warming. Here we have Transformers Last Night Brawl. Not Brawl. He is Barricade from Transformers The Last Night, and it's a pretty big car. Studio Series does not work in the old-fashioned deluxe scale that this guy was in. It's more of the scale that if he were in alternate mode, he would kind of be in scale with this, even though he's an alien jet. But something that isn't an alien jet is Studio Series Starscream. And you know what? This fits. This is excusable. This is a good scale. I like this. Yeah, the Voyagers tend to all be in scale. It's kind of like in Dark of the Moon, where it was a little bit mushy, but most of them could honestly fit. And, hey, let's bring in my only other Studio Series figure. Here we have Megatron. Insert Blackout. Insert broke Bone Crusher. Insert those two. One is non-existent yet, but yeah, pretty much. I do actually. Just a minute here. Yep, it's live. If I forgot to grab a figure for size comparisons, then I gotta go all the way back and grab it, since this figure was recently announced for a Studios Series figure. Here is Dark of the Moon Barricade. And yep, no. I mean, Barricade scales better with Barricade, but Barricade and Barricade don't scale with these figures. Not sure where to go from here. Also, Starscream, since you're like the only viewer here, if you really want me to... I don't have Rodimus / Hot Rod yet, really. Frankly, from the early reviews, I don't want that version of the figure. So, really, I'd recommend just boycotting the figure. I do, however, want the black and purple repaint of, Shattered Glass Rodimus, because, ooh, that just tickles my niblets. Anyway, if you want to see these guys in rollout mode for a scale comparison, then speak now or else forever hold your peace. So, getting these all out of the way. Goodbye, Starscream. Goodbye, Starscream. Goodbye, Megatron. We will take a look at you later. He's a pretty chunky boy. And now, Brawl's Le Transformatione. That's me trying to be French and failing. First off, I'm just gonna return the minigun to this. And yeah, I'm doing this now live because, hey, why not? I'm too lazy to actually put effort into a video today, so live stream, yay! And two, I did indeed promise that when the unboxing video of Brawl hit 10 views or likes or whatever, that I would review them. Lol. Yep. Sorry if I'm reacting to your comments later, but I'm literally reacting to them when I see them, so that's like about 8 seconds. It takes about 8 seconds for the video and audio to reach you, and then when you comment, it takes about 8 seconds to reach me, so we're looking at a 16-second difference. With YouTube and Google and all that, that's probably a 2-hour difference, who knows. What was I going on about here? Yeah, the video indeed exploded in views somehow, and, well, we got this. And I'm doing this live, and I want to do more of this in the future, and it's only going to get better the more popular I get. So again, you gotta share me, gotta raise up my subscribers. I'm being that cringy sack of shit that Ali A and all those other motherfuckers out there are. Goddamn, just shut up. Anyway, transformation time, yay! If this isn't tapped in, which it most likely won't be, just rotate that around, and then you'll wanna... No problem, currently working on my own videos. I speak to you on this chat. Yep. Yeah, that's probably probably the best use of your time. If you're listening, if you're watching a live stream, you're probably doing your own stuff, because it's a way better use of your time. Anyway, split the back section here. Split the front section here. I'm not going off the instructions. I'm just doing, you know, what I do, which may involve some fans forming. Who knows? Take the fenders, or whatever. I call them fenders because they're over wheels, and technically that's all a fender to me. I don't know tanks. Take that all, bloop it like that, fold it under. It's not going to stay there because the tabs are awful. Why is this the one thing that they took from the original toys? This is terrible. Why? Why did you do this? Why do I live? Come to the back here. Split the feet apart. Take this little tabby noodles. Don't fold it this way, fold it this way. Don't be an idiot like me. And then, you know, straighten out the feet. Take basically all of the shell that you just took apart earlier and tab that back into place. And then rotate the leg forward. And only do this for one leg, because you'll want clearance later. And yeah, second verse, same as the first, except you don't rotate the leg here just for clearance. You want to have to set this back a bit. You want to take these down and rotate them to the side. Untab the head noodle. You probably just want to push down, and bam, that'll drop down. Don't want to futz with that yet. Just make sure it's all the way down, and it is on two sections, so make sure that the second section is down, and then rotate the front of the tank down. And now, coming over to the back, you see where the leg is? You rotate it so the barrel, which doesn't articulate, by the way, and that's another complaining feature, because Magnum backpack here. That ain't no skinny penis. Anyways, lift up this as far as it'll go, and basically wiggle everything until it all comes free of each other. Fold up kibble here. That's literally all it is kibble. Just gotta fold that up like so. Now, take these tread sections. You want to rotate them up, then bring them in, and they'll kind of hold these into place. Again, rotate that up, bring it in, and rotate make sure the barrel is pointing straight down for that Magnum attitude, yeah. And then you'll want to clip the arms into place. Then basically just bring the arms down, and you've got all that shit hanging off the back. I'll get into that later. Bring all of that down. Rotate down this section for now. Then you want to bring up the head assembly. You want to bring the head forward. You want to open up the back flaps there. And then there is a tab here at the back of the neck plate, right there. And there is a port there. And those will have sex together grandly. And here's some fan transformation. I line up the tips of the minesweepers here up with the silver on the chest. Basically, it's aesthetic. Oh yeah. Make sure you get these all clicked and lined up into place. Then there's one last thing, which honestly they didn't need to add, and if they didn't, then he probably could have been like a hair bigger. Oh, hello, Rodimus. Sorry, I don't want to buy your figure. It's honestly just crappy. Anyway, take these bits, flip them up, and now we come to the back. Just basically make sure it's locked into place, and raise up these sections here. And that's not the section you want to raise, dumbass. I mean, Nexus, don't do that. That's bad. That's real bad. And at last, you have, if you finally can rotate around that leg, by the way. And at last, you have Studio Series Brawl in his robot mode. Sorry, this thing is shaking. I'm kicking it with my knees. It's not a desk. It's actually it's not even that. The masterpiece isn't that bad. Well, I can tolerate it. Oh! Oh no, I meant your Power of the Primes figure. I actually really want the masterpiece, because frankly, it looks good. The only reason I have to complain about most masterpiece figures is the fact that a lot of them don't have die-cast metal, or at least not of the Hasuki car robots, because like those are bad. Anyway, here we have Studio Series Brawl in his robot mode, and considering that he was never seen on screen without the weapons, I don't consider him complete without the weapons on either. Just slap these bad boys into place, and bada bing, bada boom, you've got Brawl. Taking a look back at him, and hey, he's pretty nice looking, actually. He's very accurate to his CGI model. Well, at least as accurate as a toy can be, considering that CGI model was very gappy and also almost had no tank parts on it. Really, the only tank parts it did have on it is this, and nothing else. Yeah, that's that was it. So, frankly, taking what they did here, that's pretty good. I only really just wish that most of the tank isn't just hanging off the arms and legs. Frankly, if you're going to put kibble somewhere, I'd rather you put it on the shoulders, lower legs, I guess, and back. That's really areas where kibbles should be. I mean, just not so much on the shoulder. This guy could have used more on the shoulder, but like evenly spread for the arms. Otherwise, what this guy has going for a chest is actually really nice. If you kind of just cover up the arms, you have a really nice looking figure here, and even the legs aren't that bad. And now size comparisons. You really want me to transform, let's see, 4 figures? I'm going to wait for your response while I'm transforming one of these barricades here. Just, you know, comment now, or else I'll just grab different figures, except for the barricade I'm transforming right now. Yeah, it's all going to be quiet. I'm transforming a figure off screen here. Again, this is a live review, so literally anything and everything I'm doing here is you're going to see it all. You're going to see it all. 'Cause I'm going to make you watch this. I'm going to come to your house with a gun, though not really. Don't demonetize me, oh geez, it's too late. It's YouTube. Yeah, just tell me if you want me to transform all the figures for a size comparison, basically. Because, I'm probably gonna end up doing it anyway, let's be honest here. Really depends on your time. I have too much time, really. Too much time. I need to get a life, I need to get a girlfriend, I need to get a job, I need to move out of my parents' house. I am almost a man here. Happy 18th birthday to me, you know, in November, guys. Just a wonderful time to be alive with all of these Nazis and all of these communists and all of these liberals just running around doing who knows what. Here's Barricade. Here's Barricade's gun. Frankly, that's not too bad a scale, though Voyagers are typically much taller than that, especially Studio Series Voyagers, since they don't really care about the rules of what is supposed to be a Voyager or not. So, yay. Anyway, there's the Last Night Barricade, and may as well get the Last Night Megatron out. Now, the reason why I like to put him with these two guys, also, You can still clearly tell it's a Voyager, especially next to a deluxe figure like that, but even still, that is a Voyager compared to a Voyager, and that is frankly pathetic. He is standing a bit in front, but come on. Thank God I got him on clearance. Anyway, I like to put these guys here because, well, currently, Onslaught doesn't exist. Jeez, Brawl's face. Yes, let's zoom in on Brawl's face before, you know, actually, no, while I'm going through transforming size comparisons for y'all. You get to experience this monstrosity. How about that? You don't just come to Nexus 8846 Productions for reviews. You come for experiences. I'm transforming more figures right now. I'm gonna go from smallest to biggest. Oh yeah. Here you go. Have a good, long, nice look at that face. It is terrifying. I'll be honest, this is probably one of my favorite Transformers faces, at least from the movies, because that is alien, that is terrifying, but yet it's awesome. So, yeah, I guess share your thoughts on his face. This big green man's face. Also, sharing your thoughts of using him as a temporary Onslaught. I know people are probably gonna be like, "Ooh, use Long Haul as an Onslaught," and I'll be like, "You're gonna give me the monies to, you know, get a Long Haul to use as a Onslaught, because like I'm broke as F, so yeah." Oh, speaking of which, should I open a Patreon? Would people pay? Like, would people give me free money so that way I wouldn't kill myself? So that way I would continue making reviews and stuff. Like, do I honestly make that good of content that a Patreon would be worth it? Oh, a lot of questions. I want some answers here. I want that one guy hanging around in the background. I see you there, Mr. Number One. All the way over there. I should open a window. It's starting to get musky in here. It's kind of early, don't you think? Well, I'm broke, and everyone is doing Patreons. I mean, like either a Patreon or a Kickstarter, really. I guess what I'm asking is, would you donate me money? Which, honestly, you most likely are not, considering you're probably either teenagers or other man-childs like me, who also want people to support their filthy Patreons and stuff. So, I guess asking this question was kind of redundant. But hey, I have an actual bank account now, so I was just throwing that out. Woo! Let's be honest here, I probably will. Probably not immediately, but probably sometime in the future. But hey, since I'm 1/5 retarded, if I keep going to school, I'll eventually get paid for it. So yeah. Hey guys, we're 2/3 through our size comparisons here of our first movie Decepticon cast figures. Even though the Megatron we've got here is from the second movie, but oh boy, nobody cares. Frankly, Megatron's Dark of the Moon design not Dark of the Moon. Oh yeah, kind of Dark of the Moon. Basically, any design after the first Transformers film of Megatron looked better than the first film's design of Megatron. Because frankly, I didn't really like it. It didn't exactly scream Megatron to me. Yes, that was my terrible impression. You may all go kill yourselves now. Ask me some questions, yo. This is a live stream. If you ever wanted to know something, go ahead and ask. Like ask about my temporary cancellation there. How I gave everyone the scare that I was gone forever. Or well, I don't want to talk about it. Well, still though, like ask about the projects that I had planned, because those projects are kind of begging back up in the works. Because one of those projects was last night Cogman, and I did indeed review him. Review schedules are kind of open, so basically, if I get a new figure, I'm more likely to review that sooner. Hence, Brawl here. But ask me questions. You're being all quiet and stuff, and I don't like that. I don't like live streaming and everyone being all quiet and such. Alright, I think it's Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dim Still Dig. I think it's time for some diggity-doo of a size comparison. Whoo yeah! There's a bug on my wall, I had to smack it. And as for a scale, I don't think he does too well. The Studio Series is all about scale here, and well, even between Starscream and Megatron, I think a robot that transforms into a tank should probably be a little bit taller than this. So, yeah, that's your size comparison for anyone who hasn't died while watching this. Away with all of you heathens, because now it's time for articulation. Oh yeah, we're gonna start at the head. No, we're not. These two things are on ball joints and can, do that. They also raise up and down. Head is on a ball joint though. That's as much as wiggle you're gonna get out of it. And you can fairly snap his neck. The arms are on hinges first, so they are kind of weird. So they go up. And as you can see, this is a pretty thin segment here. So they go up, and then the shoulders are actual mushroom pegs, so they can, go around, spin me right round, baby. And, well, the bicep swivels, and then the elbow goes like that, which I guess kind of counts as forearm rotation if you are a degenerate and consider it like that. And then normal elbow bends at about 90 degrees. Vestigial bug arms here or whatever, these were supposed to be closer to the body. That's another complaint. Get these closer to the body. What are these doing all the way out here? Come on. What are you doing? Get back in my chest. The legs, they are also a bit weird. You see they go out here, but this part here also moves when you put the leg forward, so yeah, that's a bit odd. They go around, do all that they need to. They go out pretty far. That's a beautiful spread. He can pressurize you with his Magnum tank dong. There's a thigh swivel right there above the knee. Knees bend, not even 90 degrees, and then that's it. No, you can't do anything else. Even if you untab this here and try to flex that forward, it's not going to do you anything. And frankly, when it comes to legs, I mostly just care about how sturdy they can be in a pose. And considering that you can pretty much take him, plonk him down, and he's fine, that's good enough in my book. So literally, a figure could have knees that only bend a couple degrees, and as long as he stands up with any like wide-leggedness, then he's fine. Precisely. Why do these guys get hate? They look like aliens. This is what, if you tell me that giant alien robots are gonna come, I'm going to think of this rather than I don't know, the Iron Giant or that thing. Something might look a little bit like that, but more. I'd expect it to look more robotic and less like a fucking a fucking Power Rangers costume. You know those Megazord costumes that look utterly ridiculous, and they would use that, and they for some reason continue using that. And did I mention how terrible Power Rangers is? Anyway, that's pretty much it. Any other comments you have about me, my degeneracy, or this figure, leave them down below. Hey, subscribe, whatever. And, oh man, I'm hot. I'm gonna get me some lemonade. And, I will see all of you Transformers nerds whenever, I decide to kill myself and finally, go to Transformer Heaven, where they'll have only G1 designs and G1 plots, and it's instead of all these movies and other Transformers shows, it's just Transformers Generation 1. They do more animation, of course, but basically it's all still just one big part of a story. Truck Not Monkey, go fuck yourselves. This has been Nexus Productions. Signing off again. My ear hurts now because of how hot it's been. Bye.